Hey everyone, it's Midnight Spectre, and today we're going to be looking at some juicy small town rumors, so I hope everyone remembers to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the video. So, having growing up in a small town and still living in a small town, I'm no stranger to rumors. For example, one of the rumors that me and my friends made up at the time were that these inflatable greenhouse things that were these long white tubes, if I can find a picture I'll put it up on screen, we used to call them the space shuttle, and when we were little and as we got older and experienced some of that classic early aughts internet edge, we ended up the rumor that we were growing pot in these greenhouses. I mean, they probably weren't. They were probably germinating some plants and getting them going so they can get a start in the growing season, but that's what we believed growing up. Another rumor that I have full-heartedly believed, passed down to us in school by the older kids, is that there were satanic seances going on in the cemetery behind our school because I guess some kids saw a red glow from the cemetery at night. Chances are it was just a prayer candle or something in a red jar, or just completely made up rumors to keep us kids from messing around a graveyard, which is understandable because it'd be pretty awful if a kid fell into an open grave being dug or something and broke a bone or something. Now, one rumor, before we get onto the rumors from Reddit, is that down the road on the edge of town, there's this barn that was like all by itself in this clearing, and it was always kept up from what I remembered, but us kids thought it was the Ku Klux Klan's base of operations or that there was a satanic cult. I swear the satanic panic of the 90s never left our small town. I have to feel that this was another rumor made up by our parents or other adults to keep us kids from messing around someone's barn. Now here are a couple of rumors from Reddit that I'm sure you'll love. A vagrant-looking man used to collect cans from local parks and whatnot. Imagine someone pushing a shopping cart in tattered clothing. Rumor that he was generally wealthy, and when he passed away, he left a fortune to the park and rec department to update facilities. Honestly, this is pretty wholesome. I'm not sure if anyone else's small town had a guy like this, or maybe it was just for people whose small towns where the interstate had an exit, but I remember this homeless guy named Jugsy, and he was pretty chill from what I remember as a kid. I remember getting older and we explored the neighborhood at night, and we ended up finding Jugsy chilling in an abandoned garage. We had just gone to Casey's, which if you're not from a small town in the Midwest was like an oasis. It was open 24 hours and honestly had some of the best hot food for a gas station I've ever eaten. Any time of day or night, you could walk into Casey's and you met with the same dude that has been working there ever since you made your first visit there. I'm sure it missed those nights where we all walked to Casey's and we all screw around the playground, eat a bunch of snacks, and just talk with each other. It was even more magical when we started driving because we'd all pull up to Casey's and we would get snacks and eat on the trunk of our cars, or if someone was driving a pickup truck, we would sit and eat in the bed. Truly one of my most favorite memories. There was a summer camp in East Tennessee my scout troop used to go to that was out of our council, so we had to be invited. And there was this hike that was part of the first year's class. Class was pretty much how not to die at summer camp. That took you to this beautiful overlook that gave gorgeous views of the valley and part of the Appalachians we're in. The thing is, this overlook was outside of camp property, or so we were told, so they had to get permission every time they took the kids there, and area was strictly off limits to everyone. Of course, these rumors and legends were everywhere in this camp, and being in the mid-2000s, one of them was that if you went over to the overlook at night, the lights in the valley spelled gay. Now keep in mind, gay was the funniest word back then, and everything among middle and high school boys was called gay. Now we'd hear this legend for years, and one year due to shenanigans my troop got up to, we were told that we wouldn't be invited back the following year. So a couple of my friends got together on the last night at camp and said, you know what, if we don't go tonight we'll never be able to confirm or deny the legend, so let's sneak out and put this thing to rest. So we snuck out after lights out and took the 2 to 3 mile hike to the overlook, and I swear, right hand to God, the lights below actually spelled out in messy but clearly legible letters the capital G-A-Y. We all kind of stood there in a few minutes in stunned silence because absolutely none of us expected to be even partially true, and I'm sure no one believed us when we told them and thought we were perpetuating a lie, but I swear we actually said that. This one's actually kind of funny because my brother and I, if we stood in a certain part of his neighborhood, we could see a bunch of lights, and of course, as us kids, we figured it was the big city, because we knew that the city was in our state, and we had been there taken by our parents to the city for fun stuff, but we didn't really understand where it was. I just knew it was far away and lit up and huge, so we assumed these lights were part of the city. Of course, we had gotten older, and maybe my brother just straight up asked our dad, but we ended up finding out that it wasn't the city, it was just an oil refinery. There also happened to be another oil refinery, or maybe it was something to do with natural gas on the other side of town, close to the high school, that you could see this giant tower and always had a flame on it, and we could always see it from pretty far away. Some days the flames would be smaller and some days would be larger. Well, we always called it the I'm Pissed Tower because one of our friends lived kind of close to it, and we always joked with him that the flame would get bigger when he was angry. Anyway, one night my brother, we were either doing Casey's run or something, stepped outside and the whole sky of our town was orange. It was nuts. So we went over. So we said, "Screw Casey's and let's go find out what's happening." So we got closer to the other side of town where the I'm Pissed Tower was, and the sky got even more orange, and the flame was larger than we had ever seen before. And everyone was looking up at the sky trying to figure out what was wrong. I remember all of us being kind of scared, thinking that we were going to blow up and we were all going to die or something. But nothing ever came of it, I think. We ended up giving up on driving around looking at the tower. We just went to Casey's and ended up chilling in the basement watching movies on Netflix and filling our faces with snacks. I hope everyone enjoyed this week's video, and why not tell me about some of your local rumors in the comment section below. I hope everyone remembers to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's stay tuned for next week's video. See you!